Don't you wonder what is material handling? Let me explain it to you. Material handling is a process that involves a short distance movement that mainly between a building and transportation vehicles. It has taken a few considerations, which are protection, storage, and controls of the materials, as it is a process that used to create time and place utility through those activities. And there are also three types of material handling, which are by manual, semi-automated, and automated equipment. Last but not least, there are operations that involve, which are hoisting tons of steel and driving trucks that loaded with concrete blocks and so on. These are examples of automated material handling equipment that commonly used, which are truck, conveyor, crane, and tractor.
Problem for material handling. First, we talk about material management. When manufacturers don't have full visibility to their inventory, they face the problems of either running out of stocks at the wrong time or carrying too much stock and thus decreasing cash flow while increasing expenses to warehouses extra materials. Inventory shortage can lead to unfulfilled orders and unhappy customers. Next, we go to the safety. Forklifts cause about 85 fatal accidents per year. 34,900 accidents result in serious injuries and 61,800 are classified as non-injuries. Those accidents will happen at crash by vehicles tipping over, crash between vehicles and a surface, crash between two vehicles, struck or run over by a forklift, struck by falling materials, fall from platform on the forks. Implementing a forklift safety programs and effective training can prevent many of these accidents. Training can also prevent or reduce the severity of an accident related to the stability of a lift truck traveling with an elevated load. The last is productivity. Lower unemployment rate coupled with ever higher hourly compensation makes it difficult for materials handling executives to retain the best workers. Variable labor is a cause of concern in manufacturing as well as distribution facilities which operate on extremely thin margins. 25% annual personnel turnover in warehousing and distributions has a negative impact on productivity.
Ini termasuk mewajibkan Jabatan Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerjaan JKKP menetapkan hanya rakyat tempatan boleh memiliki sijil kecekapan bertauliah pengenalian kren. Langkah itu susulan kejadian kren tumbang di tapak pembinaan berhadapan bangunan lembaga hasil dalam negeri Damansara Perdana semalam. Dalam satu kenyataan media, pengerusi Institut Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerjaan Negara NIOSH memaklumkan ada kemungkinan kontraktor terbabit mengambil pekerja tempatan atau pekerja asing secara tidak sah.
Today, material handling industry present a unique set of challenges for business that can ultimately define failure or success. As you can see, these are the material handling issues which often happen in the industry. The first issue is crowded operating condition. Second, obstacle in material flow. Next issue is shortage of office space for warehouse personnel. Number 4 is excess temporary storage. Next is skilled labor, which is high-paid employees waste too much time on handling materials. And the last one is idle equipment and machines. This video shows an example material handling accident. So, what were the problem here? The first problem is the driver is traveling too fast. He's carrying a wide load through a narrow space. Second problem here is the driver should not have flagged the forklift because it has a cage for a reason to protect him from falling objects. He was much safer inside the forklift. Next is, as you can see, the pallet rack were possibly overloaded. Exceeding the rack capacity can make them much more susceptible to collapse, even to minor impacts. Last but not least, the space is cluttered with stacks of trunk. It should be clear, clean, and should be highly visible. Okay, so let's see another video of material handling.
I'm just saying, it looks heavy. I would say that to anybody, not just you.
Ow!
You alright?
My back! That's too funny.
I told you we should have got the forklift.
This is going to be an amazing because Asyraf going to explain the procedure of material handling.
First procedure material handling is involves how to start, conduct and implement a successful material handling. With the complete process of material handling needed in moving containers and loads, it is essential to understand how to start, conduct and implement a successful material handling project. Using automated equipment has been perceived to be a costly and risk investment. However, this is the best way to save on material handling project while getting the exact hardware needed in the building sites. Next procedure, when to access the material handling equipment, physical evaluation is important. It helps in assessing the equipment in order to determine how to best take advantage of them. Start with the original sources of the equipment. Consider the specification, drawing, program, service record and spare part list to make sure the equipment meet your exact need. Third procedure, to raw material play a vital role in the manufacturing industry and service organization. In any business, material handling can be done in several ways depending on the specific requirement of the company. Whether you are choosing the automatic or manual process, finding the best tool and equipment is important. Procedure principle involved in material handling process. First, planning. Planning is when it comes to planning, it should involve the basic requirement, contingency planning and other desirable alternatives. 2. System. System is principle should integrated storage and handling activities that are cost efficiently integrated into the system. 3. Unit load. Unit load is the handling of product through unit load as big as possible. 4. Space utilization. Space utilization encouraging efficient utilization of available space is another excellent principle in material handling. 5. Standardization. Standardization, this is principle encourage handling methods standardization for better equipment performance. 6. Ergonomic. Ergonomic, this recognizes limitation and human capability through the design. 7. Energy. Energy is with the principle. It consider the energy conservation during the handling process. Lastly, ecology. Ecology, it should have a minimum impact on the ecology.
Okay, let's talk about guidelines. Do you know, just like other countries, Malaysia itself has our own guidelines for material handling. This guideline is called the Guideline for Manual Handling at Workplace, and it was introduced by the Department of Occupational Safety and Health back in 2018. This guideline is intended to provide solutions for several ergonomics problems that arise in the construction site. Okay, to give you a background, ergonomics is important in the workplace to create a safer and comfortable conditions for the workers. Okay, one of its advantages are it will provide a safer workplace for the worker. From here, it will improve the worker satisfaction in their works and will increase their productivity. This will reduce the human errors and also reduce the compensation budget for those who are injured or unhealthy to do works and so on. I can say that several precautions that I found in the guidelines are really useful to be followed. First, a training program must be joined by all construction personnel that involved in the projects. Next, the materials need to be moved carefully under supervision from one place to another in order to prevent any damage on it. Then, the material should be stored in a manner to ensure its integrity, and lastly, the packaging procedure should be maintained in accordance with the guidelines that provided by the local authorities.
So please remember, follow the guidelines.
To present about the benefit of material handling equipment. The benefit of material handling divide by two. That is optimize worksite process, and second is create a better working. Three benefit in optimize worksite process, that is streamline workflow, while there more to managing workflow than implementing material handling equipment. Flexible and efficient system has the ability to address and elevate issue of traffic intensity, staging, congestion, and the hassle of rerouting and more. The greatest benefit of material handling solution is a lower rate of worker injury. The worker experience higher rate of musculoskeletal disorder (MSD) than worker is most other industry. Lastly, it increase the productivity to protecting good from damage and lowering the rate of worker injury. Material handling solution promote a higher level of productivity in the workplace. Beyond efficiency, you are creating a safer and more comfortable place to work, and that has a positive impact on your productivity. Okay, part 2 is create a better working environment. Also divide into three. Firstly is increase worker efficiency. Worker perform tasks with confidence when they know that you are implement a system and process aimed at making the most of their labor. In fact, material handling system that optimize overall workflow inspire confidence among employees. Second is reduce injuries and damage. For starter, a material handling solution can protect a manufacturer good from damage. When human workers are forced to lift and transport goods by hand, it increases the risk of damage. A worker may drop the product, for instance, damage or destroy it. When you reduce the amount of material that must be handled manually, you will also reduce the number of back and hand injuries your worker experience. the third benefit is improved safety. When you reduce injuries, you increase the safety. It's simple as that. It's clear that incorporating material handling system can increase your company overall efficiency.
All industries around the world should have the material handling system, whether manual or automatic, in order to facilitate efficiency and effective production.